First question, Micky. I'm sure the thoughts and prayers of Tranmere fans this week will have been about Chid. Just how's he doing in his recovery?
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's incredible, brilliant strength of character. He's over in Liverpool now. I think he's getting a pacemaker fitted, so all good news. And I never mentioned they were superbly well looked after from the ambulance drivers and paramedics and all the people at Ara Park. What a fantastic job they've all done. Terrific. Real. They're as everybody else says, they're the real heroes here. Fantastic.
And we saw your emotion after the game as well. And for me, it really did emphasise the unity at Tranmere from the top to the bottom, and just how amazing is it to have that throughout the whole club?
Well, it is, yeah, because we're going really well, and Chid's a big, massive part of everything that we've ever done here. Everybody loves Chid, so it was important that he got the best care possible, and thankfully we can say now that he's certainly on his way to recovery.
And focusing on the squad, it's been busy off the pitch this week. How pleased are you to get Leo Connor and Josh Hawkes back, of course, on permanent deals? And just a quick word on Liam Feeney as well, who's left the club. Yeah,
huge that we have our own players. I think for short term and long term that we kind of know where we're going. It was difficult in the summer. We only had 3 or 4 players. I think people appreciate that sometimes, how difficult it is to build an entire squad from that. But we were able to put something together that's got us to January, gave us a fantastic foothold, and now we can try and bring people in permanently now to try and stay away from that really and keep building on a group rather than starting a building job again.
And we had Mark Palios on Radio Merseyside this week talking about the transfer policy at the club. But what does it say about the strength and the position of the club that you're able to bring in 2 really young, promising players on 2.5-year contracts as well, when permanent deals may be a bit more of a rarity lower down the leagues?
Well, it has been for us for a long time. But yeah, it shows us that we believe this is the right way to go. We want to have a more stable squad. We want to have a young squad full of ambition and leg power if we can. That doesn't mean to say that we are not very grateful to the lads like Clarkey and that who are putting in performances like they do every week. But it's important that when we can and we take it the opportunity that we can bring in some youth and grow with it and keep moving the group forward.
And it wasn't the prettiest of games against Crawley, but ultimately it was a 1-0 win. And they are the ones that form promotion challenges, aren't they?
Well, that's your opinion. If you're asking my opinion, you can't tell me how I think about a game, because I wouldn't dare tell you. It was a fantastic performance, great win, and we took a valuable 3 points. And if we play and gain results like that to the end of the season, I'll bite your hand off.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, isn't it, Micky?
Correct.
But in some positions you have to make do at the weekend, including Sam Foley at centre back. But what does it say about his experience and his versatility that he went in there and did such a fantastic job?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's terrific that you've got players that can go in, fill their positions, and keep you moving forward. It's important because the games are coming thick and fast. The pitches are getting heavy, and we need everybody to be able to go and do his jobs whenever possible.
And in a similar kind of way, we had Leo Connor on talking about his role in central midfield. And again, it's the versatility of him having played at fullback, now performing really effectively alongside Jay Spearing in the centre of the park. How important is it at this level to have, with so many games, so many players with being able to play different positions?
Well, it's really important because, like I say, the pitch are getting heavy. You've got problems with COVID. You have the amount of volume of games and training that the boys have to go through. So it's important that when needed, you can have people who can slot in and cover in different positions if anything comes up that causes a problem.
And of course, it's second versus first rather on Saturday, Forest Green coming to Prenton Park. In a way, it's a funny kind of game, I guess, because of course a win cuts the gap to top spot. But if you are going for automatic promotion, it's about finishing in the top 3. So, do you think that's a fair comment in terms of the game as a whole?
No, because nothing will be decided at the weekend. I Nothing at all. It's another really massive 3 points, a really massive game. Really looking forward to it. But it's another 3 games and nothing will be decided at the weekend. So it's important that you keep your eye on the important stuff, and that's what you can control, and that's 3 points. So we'll go and attack that, and then we'll adjust and adapt to training into the next game after that. So that's absolutely all it's about. Of course, we understand it's a big game. There'll be a big crowd there. It's great that first and second are playing each other. That's terrific. But nothing will be decided at the weekend.
And it's also the best defence versus the best attack in the league as well. So can you see this being quite a tactical battle?
I don't know. We'll be guessing at it, but we'll be ready. We know the way that we want to play. We have our own identity of how we want to play, even though you don't think it's very pretty. That's fine. But we'll be stubborn and we'll be hard to play against. And we will get there all out with our own identity to go and try and get a really valuable 3 points.
Yeah, I think some of the football's been beautiful this season, Micky. Finally, just how's the squad looking injury and availability wise?
Well, a few injuries, but like we just spoke about there, the people that will come in and fill in, and we've obviously brought Josh Hawks back into the group as well. So we'll be fine. We'll be okay. We won't look for anything other than a positive performance on Saturday from the group that goes out and plays for us.
Thanks, Micky.
Thanks, Chris.
Hi, Micky. How you doing?
Hi, Richard.
Good to hear that Chid's on the mend first and foremost.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, it's been tough week. Thanks
for the update on that. And just harping back to what Chris was saying there, actually, about the end of the game, and you were a little bit emotional after the match, which shows that unity that you've got. But I think it also shows that in all your spells at Tranmere, how close the actual fabric of the club is to yourself and what it means to you. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, the people are the football club. The fans and the people are the football club. And I wouldn't be being the type of person that I tell people or people believe I am. If I was a mood liar, if I'm annoyed, I think you'll know. If I'm upset, I think you'll know. And I think I've been brought up that way, that what you see is what you'll get with me if I'm upset or I'm whatever. So that's the way that I'll always be. So yeah, we were tremendously upset with the news on Chid. It could have been much worse, but we're so grateful to the man above that he decided it wasn't his time. So we're delighted about that. But all the way right through the club, we have brilliant relationships because we all work for the same thing, and that's to try and make Tranmere successful. That's all we try and do. It's not about Andy as an individual. It's never really ever been about that. So when you build the relationships and you go through so much together, obviously the relationships get stronger. And as you've seen, we really felt that last week.
Yeah, I'd certainly agree with you that what you see is what you get with you, Micky. I've never been any doubt over that over the years, and that obviously is reflected in success in the teams that you've had, and the honesty and the hard work that your players are giving you. And are you satisfied that is exactly what you're getting now with this current crop?
Yeah, I just try and be honest all the time, and I understand football. I do understand football, and I understand that sometimes people will want to see it played in a certain way, but I understand the beauty in the football is getting a group of players together and finding the way of getting results. And then if you can grow up on that and make that into something that people find as attractive to watch or whatever, then that's fine. But I'm telling you that there'll be a hell of a lot of people out there that will watch football and love the games at Crawley. And because within that, the beauty in that is the desire, the commitment. And under the situation that they were under with Chid, because the players knew about it, to go out there and put a performance in like that is beautiful. It's fantastic. That's the best. How can you say that's not good? How can you say that's great football? Because they're showing different qualities there as a group of players. So that's what I mean when I say that. when I speak about that. But no, we're a very tight-knit club. The players are fighting really, really hard at the minute to get results, because we all know how difficult they are in this league. And long may that continue.
At the start of the season, a lot of people were very pleased to see Lee O'Connor return to the club on a loan deal, and excited by the acquisition of Josh Hawkes. As we speak now, these are now permanent Tranmere players. This is quite a departure from where we were even 6 months ago in terms of what's been achievable. So does that just come down to a more stable financial situation post the peak of COVID, or is it more of a reflection of where the club's current standard is in the league table as well?
I think a lot of reasons. I think since I've been at the club, there's never really been anybody with long contracts since I've came back to the club. I think it's about opportunity, Richard. I think it's about opportunity and about everything aligning in order to try and get people like O'Connor and Hawkes here. So you get a couple of players in a loan. First and foremost, they've got to want to come, then they've got to perform, and then you've got to believe that they're what you need moving forward. Then they've got to want to come. There's a lot of aligning to be done there. It's not just a foregone conclusion that player A wants to come to Tranmere and is going to stay, and it can be difficult at times. And where they ones, we seen the opportunity to bring them here permanent, and we were able to do that. And if we can do that with more, we would be delighted about that, because in an ideal world that a lot of people operate in football, which I can assure you doesn't really exist, but a lot of people believe it does. In an ideal world, you have all your own players that live 5 miles from Tranmere, all Tranmere fans, and all 21, and all brilliant. But that doesn't exist, so it can be difficult at times. But to get the 2 players in, along with other young players that we have, and the good balance that we have, we're delighted. It's good for the club, because we want to build some stability, and we want to build. We don't want to keep having to start a build again if we can possibly help that. But if we had to do that, then we just have to go on it again, Richard. You know what it's like. You've been here long enough now.
You've got a couple of other decent players on loan at the moment. One of them's your goalkeeper. Scott Davis is retired now. Is there any room for any sort of negotiation on something there, perhaps?
No, you know what I'm like. Listen, he's Celtic's player, and he signed a 3-year contract, I think, before he came here. So he's at Celtic. So that's not even up for discussion. Again, in the ideal world, would I like a brilliant young goalkeeper like Doohan here permanent? I think that's a no-brainer, of course. But he's Celtic's goalkeeper. So unfortunately, ideal world doesn't we don't live in that instance. And he's Celtic. So if that changes, we would, and everything aligned, of course it has to align, we would be delighted to try and do something.
Liam Feeney obviously left this week now. Who's been a good player for Tranmere, a good servant. Is that more a case of kind of sort of balancing things out with the other permanent acquisitions that you've made?
Yeah, all of that, Richard. You know, he wasn't playing regularly. He's 35 now. He needs to play first team football. He's not a squad player anymore. He needs to be playing all the time. Opportunity came up for him to gain first team football, and an extended contract, which everybody needs to do, because everybody needs work. So he's been able to go and do that, and he goes with our best wishes. He's been at Tranmere now for a couple of seasons now, and but the time is right, I think, for Liam and ourselves to part and go different directions. And good luck to him with that.
Obviously, Sam Foley at centre back at the weekend. What's the situation going into Saturday? We have a centre back available.
Yeah, well, Nate Percival's trained all week, so he's back training. So we have that, and Tom Davis will be a wee bit touch and go, but we'll see how that is. So we'll have a look at that. We train today, and we'll train tomorrow, and then we'll go with who we believe gives us the best chance of getting a result on Saturday.
I know you always approach or try and approach every game as just another game, regardless of the opposition. But there's plenty of excitement and buzz growing about Saturday's match. You're going to have a big bumper crowd. It might touch 10,000. I'm pretty excited about it. It might actually be my last game covering Tranmere because I'm actually moving to a new role next week. But so there's quite a bit happening this weekend. So do you get excited yourself about a big game, or is it still sort of head down, Micky Mellon, focus on the tactics?
No, I love it. Love it. The minute that I don't get excited about it, I'll be questioning why I'm doing it. I love it. Love it. It's a big game, massive game. And not I love everything about it. I take everything in isolation. So, no, that's a fantastic game. Really looking forward to it. Brilliant. There's going to be a big crowd there. Should be very exciting. Players will be going out there focused on what they do and trying to make sure that they go and deliver on that. And let's go and get it on. Let's go and enjoy a fantastic Saturday afternoon at Prenton Park. And
of course, you'll have that big crowd in there that you've bigged up all season, really, because they have been fantastic, both home and away, and an opportunity to showcase the wares again on Saturday.
Oh yeah, brilliant! That's great that they're turning up and showing the desire to come and watch top football. So it's great that the area will show that they want to get behind the local team, Tranmere. That's fantastic. So it's a great boost for everybody concerned to know that support's out there. We go out there now and make sure that we try and deliver for them. And that's what we'll be all out to try and do.
Looking forward to it, Micky. Thanks very much.
Richard. Cheers, pal.
Thank you.
Hi, Micky. I'm not sure if you've got time just for one quick one. Josh Hawkes was a highly valued player by Sunderland. Can you just give some insight into sort of how difficult that deal was to get across the line?
Very difficult because, as you say, he's highly rated by them. Them, like us, seen the opportunity for the boy to develop and play first team football and didn't think that it was there for him at the minute. So we get the opportunity to continue his development. Here he wanted to come back. He's seen that this was the place that he wanted to play as well. So all good. So we're pleased to get it over the line.